Good morning all, how are we today? I have my tea, it's always good, and I'm here to do some work. Mostly on the Go application Rodeo, which does Flickr uploading and stuff like that. Can't remember how I left it last time, and I'm a little bit confused about the state of it, so I think we need to start by looking at where we got to, why I've got uncommitted files, and what I actually need to commit to make it all make sense again. That's a nice cup of tea. So, let's get started. How do we do that? Need to press that button there, I think. Move my camera a little bit. It's not quite in the same position as it was before because I wanted the ability to raise my standing desk. So I needed to move the camera and the light that's above it away from underneath the shelf. Hopefully I'll be able to lift the desk up shortly. Mostly useful when presenting for user groups or conferences or things like that. I find it easier to present standing up than sitting down. But hopefully it'll make a difference for when we're here. You can't tell too much difference. Maybe I'm looking more at the camera than I was. Maybe not, I'm not sure. Also it's a little bit lower, the camera. So maybe it's more head on than it was before. We shall see. Anyway, let's look at the source code. So here we've got the command line. And if I do a git status, you can see we've got command/upload.go is currently uncommitted. There are changes in it. So git diff, lots of changes. There's a thing there as well, which probably shouldn't be there. So git, not git, go format commands upload.go. That tidies that up. Not that button. New keyboard, still not used to it. Is it that? No, it's not that. That maybe? There we go. So let's do that so we can just jump straight to the top. Alright, so we did our git diff and we've obviously brought in this flag string album, as you can see down here. I'm very fast. You see I get a big cursor. That's quite cool, isn't it? See where my cursor is. Could be handy if I do that. So we do that. There's where we read the album. So yeah, there's clearly a lot of work done for it uploading and accepting this album, but it's not committed, and I'm intrigued why. Git log. Let's not git log. Let's look in S tree. So this is source tree. It's a graphical GUI thing. And interestingly, add ad hoc to album appears to be merged. We've added support here, so something's gone wrong with my local copy. That's really weird, isn't it? So you remove unnecessary semicolons and lines 361. So I wonder what 361 looks like. Yeah, they've been removed. Why is this uncommitted? This is related to moving to the new computer. It's clear here. We've merged it. So here's those changes. So I think something has gone wrong. And I'm out of sync with what's going on in the real world, where the real world, of course, is the GitHub master. So let's start by creating a new branch. Git branch 8-ad hoc to album temp. So I've got a extra branch here. If I refresh this, you see this extra branch just here. So that's giving me a marker, because I think something's gone wrong with these two. So I'm going to do a git pull now. Let's see what happens. There's no tracking information for the current branch. That's not a good sign, is it? So let's get rid of that branch name. Git branch minus, no, let's check out master, not master, main, and do a git pull here. Your local changes, we don't write the following by shares, that makes total sense. So let's git stash them. Pull again, and let's have a look at what it looks like now. So it's fast forwarded and pulled in a whole load of changes to upload. Yeah, and it's done what I thought it would do. So I think what's happened is we did the merge mate. Let's go to GitHub and have a look. GitHub.com/acrobat rodeo pull 20. Yeah, look, we did it. But clearly something went wrong on my repo. Probably related to an issue I was getting data across from my old computer. So what I think we can do now is we just get rid of that branch 8 ad hoc because we don't need it clearly. Git branch minus the 8 dash ad hoc album. And we don't need minus capital D because it's already been merged into master. It would have warned us otherwise. We could probably get rid of that stash that we no longer need. I have no idea how to do that. Git stash help. Dash help, do you reckon? Git stash clear. List, let's look. Git stash list. Yeah, none of those look important. Git stash clear. Yeah, look at, so that's cleared everything up nice and tidily. So that's a good place to start, I suspect. Right. So, okay, that's been tidied. So if I look at our pull, look at our pull requests, there aren't any opens. Let's look at our issues and see what we've got knocking around still. So add photo to a group needs to be done. Rerun rules on previous uploaded files, that would be helpful. Restore deleted keywords to file after upload. That's probably not a bad idea to get done because it deletes these keywords. And maybe you would like the option to put them back. Not urgent, mind you, not urgent, but at the moment Rodeo is destructive. So when you do an upload of a file, it removes some of the keywords in that file before it does the upload. And then it doesn't put them back. And the reason it has to remove them from the file is that Flickr will read the metadata in the file, regardless of whether you actually send just the keywords you want in the API call. So you have to remove the actual keywords that you don't want on Flickr from the image itself as well. So that's why it does that. At least I've not found any way around that. So that's something that we need to look at. Now the use of album naming / album when uploading and support creation of a new album when uploading, I think are way more interesting than what I think I want to work on today. So let's look at those. First of all though, we're going to, yes, let's start there. Close that again. So this is number 21. Allow username. So let's start by creating a branch. Hit checkout -b issue 21. Now specify album by name. Okay, so now we've got a branch at least. Right, so what's the problem? So the current problem, go, and if we got ls builder /down, so I've just got a file in there. Now we need a file, we haven't got a file at the moment. let's get a reasonably recent file. Need an image. Let's take a photo. That's the obvious way to get a file, isn't it? I'm going to take a photo, camera, photo of my desktop. And we can do it in portrait mode. Ooh, actually, microphone really close. But now I've got a file, so let's send it to, where are we going to send it? I'm going to send it to the Mac, which I do by hitting share on here, which of course you can't see. It's a phone. There's a phone. There's the phone. So let's share it to the desktop, airdrop it. The computer is called Neptune, so it's sharing it to Neptune. And if you heard that bleep, I think we'll see that come through in a sec. There we go, it's come up sent. And I've moved my notifications so they appear on my other monitor, not the one that I'm actually sharing. So you can't actually see that notification, which is how it should be, of course. But, now we should be able to move tilde/download/image995 to tilde_downloads_export. Let's change directory. _export ls. So there's a file image 0915. I don't know if I've got a quick look. I don't know if that works. How do you do a quick look open? Displays help, force regenerating. Quick look D. That's clearly not the way to do it. There's a way to actually get it to actually do the quick look for me. I'll just open it for now in preview, which of course is opened on the wrong screen. There we go, bring it over here. Make it a bit smaller. Why doesn't that work? So there's our image, microphone, and there's the desktop behind it. So you can, that's what we were looking at. And you can see my cup of tea down behind the microphone that I'm drinking. Very tasty. I think I've mentioned that. I do like my tea this morning. If anyone else is here, how are you doing? Are you enjoying your morning? Is it morning where you are? That is a question in and of itself, I suppose. So here we are with my photo, and I want to upload it to Flickr. So the first thing we need to do is do something like this. So we do go run main.go, upload, -- dry run, because we don't actually want to upload it at the moment. tilde/downloads_export. The file's image.jpg, isn't it? So that comes in like that. Oh, photo set not found. Oh, there's a bug. Well, we didn't test that. That will teach us, isn't it? Photo set not found. We tried to upload it and add it to a photo set that doesn't exist because this file doesn't have a photo set to add. If I did exif tool, I think it's the keyword +K. That means I've got any in here. Exif tool -tag. That's right. So it's exif tool I think if you do -exif tool keyword, that no. tilde/downloads_export image. There aren't any. I think you can do += and then I could add SVR, I think. No, it's not. Chief value for item list keywords is not a number. Keywords, maybe. Well, it's keywords. There we go, one keyword, SVR. So now if I do that again, wake up, Rob. That's done it twice. He has as well. Let's make that keywords equals SVR. It's only one limb again. Where's my go run? Big API returned photo set not found. That's not a good look, is it? Okay, it's not that. It's something else. So let's go and find it. Photo set not found. So here's upload. I think it's this get album. Flickr API returned an error. Let's that. Read the value of album. If it is missing, the value is empty. So that's where we read the album. Oh, I reckon, yeah, I wonder if it's there. Format dot print line could not find album. We don't want print line, do we? Print F. Could not find album, and it should be a string. So we can do that, and it's album ID. Like that. So let's run that again. No, it's not there. I'm concerned about that code. All done. So it must have hit upload file. Let's take that line and put it here to prove it to ourselves. Found album. Okay, it's actually working. No, it's not got that far. Or this code isn't working the way we think it's working. That is also possible. I'm actually uploading and playing with the right file. About looking up album. Put that there. There we go. Looking up album blank. Could not find album. Flickr API returned an error. I assume that's happening here. Like that. Oh, let's put /n in there. /n there, of course. And that needs /n there for a new line. And this one, result. /n. And that one's to be a %v, which is the sort of catch-all. Could be anything. Convert whatever I've asked for into something that looks vaguely like a string. I'm sure there's a better name for that, but that's what command %v does. Let's have a look now. Looking up album, result blank. Could not find album. Oh look, could not find album's turned up now. Well, maybe I didn't see it because I didn't have the new lines in. Rob, come on. There's how to get in. Right, so the problem is we are looking for an album that doesn't exist. Hit checkout -b fix fix no album chosen. I'll do this in a new branch, I think. Right, so this is quite a simple one. So if album ID is equal to empty string, not equal to an empty string, then we want to do this. And we are going to have to do album equals empty album. Not equals, it's colon equals because it is go. Let's create an empty album. Don't reassign it. Reassign it. Rather. So now we'll have an empty album object. And we won't even bother trying to load it up. Let's look at that again. Yeah. Error is not equal null. Yeah, so we get album, that's right. Oh, arguably it should be in here, you know. Trouble is, yeah, that's that's how we should do that. Okay, I call this code out again. I call this code out again. Put this back. Like that. Right, so let's go back to command get albums. Get album. We're going to get the Flickr client. Right, well, the first thing we should do here is if album ID is not equal to an empty string, is equal to an empty string, return an album nil. Successfully return an empty album. Not looking for an no album to look for. So we return an empty album. Right. So there's a comment here. Retrieve album from Flickr. Okay, so that we have full information about it. Okay, so now we're going to have an empty album. Okay, let's try that with that dry run command again. Obviously, we've set to family, friends, and public. Album will be albums to add to is Seven Valley Railway because, and this all looks like it's good. And then if I do -- album with a number, don't know one off the top of our head, that should fail to find the album but carry on. An error because it can't find the photo set. It could not find album 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Photo set not found. So we need a valid album. Let's go to Flickr and have a get an album. My albums. What one should we do? Should we do that first one? Pictures from last week. There's the album ID. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's use 7, 2, 1, 5, etc. And we get here albums to add to 6th of October 2020, 50s on the main line, comma, Seven Valley Railway. Because I use comments in my album names, you begin to think maybe I should have put quotes around that. Make it a bit clearer what's going on. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Get status. Get diff. What the changes in here? Is it that one? So the change is we've added a blank line before read the value of album. We don't want that change. Is that there? And read the value of -- album. Yeah, we don't want that blank line there. Again. Right, okay, so our diffs are we've added a printf statement for could not find album. And we've added a comment and we've returned that. That all looks good to me. Format, upload, commands, upload. Is that spell retrieve? Looks like it. Doesn't look unhappy. Oh, that's interesting. Control command D doesn't work inside Lowland. Yeah, retrieve, spelled correctly. Saves the embarrassment of another commit, doesn't it, where you fix the spelling. So let's get add commands upload.go, get commit -v, insert fix case when no album, when -- album is not used, when the user doesn't want to specific album not error. That does that fix that. Whilst we're here, which I know is not technically part of the problem, let's fix that upload thing as well. You know, this one. Albums to add to, so let's fix that. Albums to add to there. Things.join. That. That. But now we're going to have to put double quotes around here as well. Maybe I should do single quotes. I quite like double quotes. There we go. So 6th of October 2020, comma 50 is on the main line, has now got commas around it. But not commas. What do I mean? Double quotes. And 7 value hours, now got double quotes around it. So that looks a little bit neater, so a little bit clearer that there's only actually 2 items, 2 albums to be added to, rather than 3, because of the comma between 6th of October 2020 and 50 is on the main line. It's just all one album name. So yeah, that was a useful little bit of work there as well. So get status on that. Get diff. Yeah, just that one change. Get add commands.upload.go. Get commit -v. Enclose. Enclose, I spelled it correctly. Close album name with quotes when printing. Oops. As we print a list of album names, it's clearer if each album name enclosed in quotation marks, as the name may have a comma in it. There we go. Git push -u origin fix no album name chosen. And ghpr create -bray against main. Did we? No. --web -f, I think it is. Yeah, there we go. F just fills in the no name chosen, I think. Not actually sure. It doesn't work as well as it ought to, I think. Actually, let's try that again without the -f. -f clear doesn't do anything. Git ghpr create -help. What does it actually do? I could have sworn F was fill in. Yeah. Do not prompt for title and body as you choose commit info. Maybe it can't do that if there's more than one commit. And that would be helpful if it did that right. Otherwise you need name. I don't know what the master name is. Probably 0.2 or something like that. Doesn't do interactive by default. That's interesting. Base branch. Draft. Oh, maybe you don't need the -web to get it. Maybe -f. -m. I think it's 0.2. Going for next. Oh, it just creates it. Don't ask me what the title is. I thought it would have asked me what the body was going to be. Prompt will ask for the body. Use dash titles to get this, or use dash fill tool to fill these from git commits. So maybe autofill doesn't do the work. But if I do autofill and -w to put it onto the web, it doesn't actually do the fill. So that's interesting in and of itself. The net result is we're going to have to edit this, because that's clearly rubbish. Next situation when -- album is used, but actually do not error. And then, yeah, so that was rubbish doing that. Edit when -- album is not set, we should not error. Also, while we're here, then close. Actually, no line. Close. No quotes. As some albums may have commas in them. There we go. Fix it that way. So that's got that. QD, quick look at the diff, then we'll merge it. Did not find the album, change the quotation marks, add a comment, and there's where we return the empty album. So git checkout main, git merge -- no fast forward. That closes 3. Push that to main. I can git branch -d fix now open chosen, and I can git push -- delete to origin. Same thing, and that will delete the branch from remote as well, like so. So that's all merged up. Let's go back to our pull requests, and you should see they're back to blank. There we go, good. What's the name of that branch we were working on? Git branch -- sort equals commit something, commit date. No, commit date. There we go. Git branch will give you a list of branches, and then sort by commit date will put the most recently committed to branch at the bottom. So they're now ordered oldest to most recent. So the one I'm looking for is 21 specific filters by name. I think we can assume 1, 6, and 16, however, are now all used and not needed anymore. But I'll delete them some other time. Let's get checkout 21. And let's rebase it back against main. So that puts it git log -- graph off -- one line 10. One line, not own line. Like that. And you can see that this is where main is on this top of the commit queue. Sorry, commit queue. The list of commits that are in this repo. There's my branch I'm currently on. Origin main and main both point to the same place now. So that's all looking good. Looking remarkably good, really. Seeing that we don't have any direct commits to mastering, or to the main branch recently at least. Okay, what were we actually doing? 21, specific album by name. What we're going to do there, do you think? We are going to do... Right, so let's go back to what we were going to do. So let's get rid of that keyword in that branch for a minute. Keywords equals, I think that does it. Yeah, no keywords now. Go run main dry load. I've done that. It's going to try and upload this image, and it will try to add it to this album 6th of October. I would quite like to do 7 Valley Railway. And it's going to fail because it can't find the album. And I would like it to find the album based off that name. So I'm pretty sure 7 Valley Railway is a valid name. Just double check that. QS. Actually, we can do better than that. We can use Rodeo to tell us, can't we? Get go run main.go list albums. Or list a list of albums. And we should see in this list. Let's pipe that through. Actually, I think there's an option for that, isn't there? Filter. Help. Yeah, filter. -- filter SVR. And there's all these SVR ones. Yes, there isn't one called SVR directly, but maybe it's called 7 Valley Railway. Yeah, there it is. It's called 7 Valley Railway. It's that one there, all the 5s. That's easy to remember, isn't it? It's the ID with all the 5s. So if I search for 7 Valley Railway, I would like it to come back with this ID. So that's the next feature we're looking to do. So when we do that, add to album 7 Valley Railway, we would like it to find the right album for us. So let's try that. That shouldn't be too difficult. That should just be a case of grabbing the information we already have. Oops. Let's get rid of that line as well. We've already got that in list albums. So if we go to list albums, that's already doing most of the work in here. This bit here. Now it crosses my mind that we probably need to refactor this then. I guess like getting bitten, I think, by putting all the internal stuff direct into the namespace. But I think we should refactor. Create a new function. Let's create a new file. Let's call it Flickr. Flickr.go. Package internal. Helpful. Flickr. API operations. Something like that. Let's go to list albums. And the bit I want is this bit here, really. Get the list given the Flickr album. Get the albums. I see this prints it directly. Maybe we don't want to. Let's see. Maybe we can't just directly just pull this up. Let's grab that bit of code there. Func. Get album from name. Or get albums. Are we using camel case? Yes, we are. Get albums. And it's obviously going to take a client. So let's go back to that one. Well, that's done that. Yeah. The untidy, Rob. Untidy. This should take a client. It should be a Flickr client. Now, our Flickr client is currently in this function called getFlickrClient, which is local to list function. So this package. So let's pull that out. and move that into flickr.go to start with. And get album takes a Flickr client like that. This is now already upset, but we don't need errors in here anymore. We do need errors in here. EF. And good morning, Phyllis. Welcome to Monday. I hope your Monday is going well. I'm not sure if mine is. I don't see any good morning on the stream, so I assume I've misplaced my chat since reorganizing the world. What can you do? So here we are. We've now got a get Flickr client function in internal. So my function get albums like that, and to do something like that. Like that rather. Along those lines there, I clearly need a user ID, so let's pass that in. User ID, which is probably an int. Maybe it's an int, maybe it's not an int. Wonder what it is. It's a string, not an int. String. That is not happy. Why is that not happy, do you think? Cannot use client as type flit, that should be an asterisk there. Pass the pointer in. Gives back a response. Now, we have refactored by taking get Flickr client out of upload and putting it in flickr.go. The get Flickr client is now here, but it should still be available in here, you would have thought, but now it's upset. Because get Flickr client now takes a Flickr client. Well, that makes no sense. Oh no, get Flickr client returns a Flickr client. So why is it unhappy about that? Unexported. Oh, I know why. It's not get Flickr client, it's get Flickr client. Because Go, in order to export a function from one package to another package, has to have a capital first letter. So go back here. That is now get Flickr client, and we're happy. Probably another error like that here. So let's get Flickr client. Yeah, we know about that one. It's not true. Right, so yeah, there we go. So now we can get the Flickr client with a capital G. The world is happy. And that's that's using our get config, which comes from config.go, presumably. No? Yeah, there we go. It comes from config.go. So yeah, that's okay. Because it's package internal, so we can just pick it up. All good there. It's unhappy because we've got a response object we're not doing anything with. So we need to. Right, what are we doing in get albums? But we got distracted. This is what happens when you don't write comments as you go. Or at least when I don't write comments as I go. Get the list of Flickr photo sets as a slice. So what does that look like? Response is called photo sets. So let's go back here, and then we can return albums. I don't think we probably want to do that. But a photo set is a basic structure with a page, pages per page totals, and album items. But what we want to do is return that, don't we? An array of photo set. So we want to return albums.items like that, which means that this is returning one of them. Doesn't seem happy about. Well, maybe it does. Maybe unresolved type photo sets, because that's not what it's called. Photo set. Where's photo set come from? Photo there. It's probably from in here, photo sets. So there is a photo set. Which is in the package photo sets. So maybe we need to import it. No, we've done that. Import Flickr photo sets there. Photosets.go. Just got a photo set. What's going on here? Why can't I do that? Why can't I use string photo sets like that? Sorry, array photo sets like that. Unresolved type. Why is that an unresolved type? Is it Flickr.photoset? Flickr. Basic response dot photoset. Nope. Flickr. Photo space response is there. Why can't it find? That's package Flickr. This is package photo sets. Photo sets. This is in Flickr. Oh, maybe it's photosets.photoset. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Photosets.photoset. One day I'll have a handle on how on earth I'm doing this, and that obviously needs to be an array. Maybe we can do that. There we go. Return an array of photo sets. I wonder if you can return it. What's an empty array look like? Like that? Doesn't look happy about response there. Response unexpected. Oh, no. No brace. Nobody pointed out that I had no brace. There we go, that's looking promising. It's not happy about that returner an empty photosets.photoset. Oh, maybe you need to do that. That's probably one item. So golang return empty array of type. Function wants to initialize it with. Oh, that's right. Square brackets, type, braces. Maybe I know more about Go than I realised. To be fair, it wouldn't be hard because I don't think I know much about this language at all. So that almost certainly returns an empty array of photosets. Though it might return a single element of an array of photosets. Sorry, a photoset, an array with a single photoset within it that is empty. We will have to find that out at some point. Anyway, let's go return my list. Items dot something. Albums dot out. Oh, that's right. Albums dot items. That's right. Don't need that semicolon, of course. We need to do a bit more on that at some point because here to do is what we've got to do here. We have to check for pagination. do support filtering. Need to do those two things as well. I think we have the first step there of a function called getAlbums. We have the same problem as before, don't we? This needs to be an uppercase G. Photo sets it doesn't look like it's a word. Save it to the dictionary. It's a Flickr word. So now we've got getAlbums, so we can get the list of albums. So we should be able to go to listalbums and refactor all this. Need the user ID. We need the user ID. You can get it from the config. Oops. Take that over here. Let's get the user ID from the config. Which means that we need the config itself. So don't know if I like that or not, but it does refactor this quite neatly. All this goes because we don't need that. Or any of that. See, we can't do this bit correctly. So at some point, let's create that and put that over here for now. That support pagination. Now we'll just echo and warning out. All that lot can go. So now we can do for albums equals get albums, and that needs a Flickr client. We can do by get Flickr client. Like so. Don't need that semicolon. Doesn't like that. Too many arguments in quarters. Get albums. What? Get albums takes a Flickr client. Oh, I see. So we need to do client, comma, equals get Flickr client. If error is not equal to nil, format dot print f unable to connect to so I suppose this actually the only error we can return, it actually sets credentials not set. Flickr.new Flickr client doesn't appear to return an error. Suppose we should actually test for that. If client is equal to nil, return nil, comma, errors.new unable to connect to Flickr. Something like that. Right, that's underlined. Error string should not be capitalized or end with punctuation. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Unable to connect to Twitter. There we go. Lowercase it is. It's a very strange requirement. Okay, so let's go back here. Right, so yes, that should now do history error, PHP. And we should return. There's nothing else we could do at that point. Now we've got a client, so we can pass our client into getAlbums. Maybe we should call it Flickr, not client. F6, Flickr, get albums Flickr. So that gives us albums for album in range of albums. Like that. I wonder if all that worked. Shall we try to run it and see what happens? Go run list albums. Massive refactor there, wasn't it? Yeah, that worked. So we don't have 500 albums yet, so we've got a way to go before we really need to worry about pagination. I suppose that's not true for other people, though. Not really my problem. Well, not yet, anyway. We shall see. Yeah, so far so good, don't we think? Right. So that was a refactor for get list albums. So list albums has now allowed us to get albums. Right, we wanted that because, oh, there's that filtering. It's a nuisance that you can't filter at the API level. Because I don't really want to repeat the iteration over the list of albums. I'm going to anyway, because I think it's neater. Let's grab that code and put it in our get albums. Let's support a filter string. And then here, let's put that filter in. Do we need to filter? No, let's rename that filter if required. Active voice. Active voice a little bit easier for functionality like this. Not sure we need the index. Right, for albums, range of albums. We can't do that, it's albums.items. Actually, let's rename this to photo sets. Shift F6. Let's refactor. Yes, please do the refactor. I would have asked to do the refactor. I wonder what the keyboard shortcut for pressing that button is. Right, photo sets. All photo sets are available. Okay, so that actually should be albums. Because our presentation layer calls them albums, even though Flickr internally calls them photo sets, because photo sets is a terrible word. And if you notice on Flickr themselves, they call them albums. But this internally is a photo set, just to make our life more complicated. Right, filter if required. For each album, range of photo sets dot items. That's not album. Let's rename that to. Let's rename that to photo set. Like that. Right, and now we're going to check our filter. We don't need the index at all because we don't care. And what we're going to do is going to do albums. Albums. Yeah, what we're going to assign albums to? Albums is an array of photo sets with those braces. It doesn't like that. Empty slice declaration var. Does that need to be a var? No. How do you define create an array? Golang. Hold on a sec. And I'm back. I've been offered a cup of tea, so that's a win, isn't it? Anyone else got tea? Should have tea in the morning. Big fan of tea in the morning. Golang. Create variable array of type. Let's have a quick look. Oh, you have to say how big it's going to be. I don't know how big it's going to be. I need a slice then, don't I? When we use ... the compiler can develop and array based on elements in the array. That's no good. They're called slices. Sure, they're called slices. Let's rename or create variable slice. How to create a slice variable. That looks more promising, doesn't it? Oh, maybe just use an asterisk. Oh, I've done this before somewhere. Maybe we're looking the wrong way. Golang. I have mocha. Venus has mocha. That sounds quite nice. More of a tea drinker. That does sound quite nice. Append to array. Let's try that. And into a slice. One day I'm going to get a head around slices and arrays. I have not done that yet though. Right, var s. Okay, so you actually, all you need to do here is var albums that. Yeah, that's right. And it's got underline that because albums is not used yet. And then we append to them. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I knew this. And albums, comma, photo set. Like that. There we go. Remember now. Yes. Magic. Right. So what we're doing here, not homemade. Oh my goodness me, Felis. Homemade mocha, not instant. You're spoiling yourself. Did you make it yourself? Did you get someone to make it? I feel like I'm being a little bit naughty by letting someone else make my tea this morning. I did make my first cup of tea myself, so I suppose that's good. And Felis made their own cup of tea, their own cup of mocha rather. So that's presumably a good start to the day for them too. How awesome is that? Why have I got a red line on Flickr.go? Anyone know? There's an error somewhere, it's unhappy. We need to return albums there though. Chocolate milk on Weetabix as well. Oh, look at that, look. Hi, my chat box, my chat is back. I just didn't know where to look. I need that chat to go the other way really, so it comes down from the top. Or I need to move my picture down to the bottom. That would also work, I suppose. But I'm underneath the chat that's rising. I don't know. However, because I was watching Lorna stream yesterday, I'm tempted to do the whole featured chat message thing onto the stream. So I expect we're going to be looking at doing that soon, and I'll probably do that via a bot. I think what I'll probably do is write a bot and then run a bot. We'll see. That could be quite interesting though, couldn't it? To feature chat. So I can press a button and have a particular chat message turn up. A chocolate milk on Weetabix. That sounds quite luxurious. I'm not really into chocolate milk myself. I do like chocolate, but I don't like hot chocolate. I don't like chocolate custard, and I'm not sure I'd like chocolate milk either. I don't know. That does sound like a good start to your morning, Felis. It certainly does. If I press F2, maybe it'll tell me what it's upset about. Unresolved type photo set. Why is it unhappy? about photo sets. Photo set. And it was not unhappy about it here. I spelled photo set wrong. It doesn't like that either, so what's it unhappy about there? This one looked good. Var slice int. Var albums. Hot chocolate is chocolate milk. Yeah, I can see that. Though I admit I do use the instant stuff, so it's more like powdered chocolate drink thing. Hot chocolate is chocolate milk though, so yeah, fair. But that's not to say, when I hear chocolate milk though, I think cold. I think cold milk. Because milk, when you hear milk, you hear cold, don't you? So a nice glass of cold milk. Or cold milk on my cornflakes. That's a pretty good breakfast, by the way, at least in my opinion. Hot chocolate is chocolate milk, but it's hot, not cold. So to me, it's different in my head. And I admit that is completely and utterly rational. But in the same way, I can't drink hot milk. Now, hot milk is an undrinkable drink for me. But hot chocolate most definitely is a drinkable drink. Cold milk is most definitely what you put on cereal. Cold hot chocolate, which makes no sense by definition, but cold chocolate milk does not go on cereal. This is a product of my upbringing. My goodness. That is something I shall consider. And whilst I'm talking about milk, no one has come to my aid on why I can't define a slice of photo sets like that. And I think I should be able to. So, Golang, define slice of struct. That's how I spell structs. Init array of structs in Go. Maybe that'll help. There's a lot of code in there. See, that's just done that. So that should work, you would think. You would think that would work. Why doesn't that work? Do you need brackets around that? No? Oh, Rob. Nobody pointed out to me that when I defined photo sets here, I overrode the package name. Photo sets here. So you can't call it photo sets, can you? This needs a rename. That's why we had albums, presumably. But I want to use albums here as what I'm going to send back. So, how are we going to get around that? Need a different name. Need a different name. Photos. Photos, pages. Now that can be square brackets, photo sets, photo sets. Photos of item, photos of title. No, do something like that. Let me get my tea now. I have tea now. My wife does not want to be on camera, so I turn off the camera and the mic when she comes in, because that seems polite. API photo setter, that would be a valid name, I would think. Photo set, see now that probably should be photo now, just for consistency, I suppose. Like that. There we go, no errors this time. And hopefully we now get to list of albums back. Let's go back to list albums, and we can now do comma filter. And we still need this bit because we're now going to iterate over the albums. Excuse me. We don't need that. That becomes that. And that should still work. Shall we see? List albums. List album still works. -- filter SVR. That should be just the SVR ones. And that works too. Here's where I need that soundboard so I can play the cheering effect, couldn't I? Well, I'm not going to. That's very crass. Cheers. Tea. My wife says I have an asbestos mouth because I do like my tea nice and hot, and I drink it far quicker out of the kettle than she does with her tea. Good, so we have successfully refactored the list albums command to a get albums function independent of this command. So that's a good bit of work there, I think. I wonder what the dash there is when you do a range. Is that the key name, do you reckon? Because then I wouldn't need that index. Let's play that I for a sec and print out I. What am I doing here, Rob? What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Wake up, Rob. Right, so in here, let's put square brackets, %v, comma I. Let's have a look at what I is. Let's see what I is. Oh, look at that. I is the index. Starts from 0. So we could get rid of index. We could get rid of index like that and just do I plus 1. And not there though. Here. I plus 1. Don't need that square brackets anymore. That tidies it up even more. My goodness me, we're all about the tidy today, aren't we? There we go, 28 items. And we're starting from number 1. Yeah, see, number 1. I doesn't get bigger. There we go. Not sure what I think about that yet. I can move my mouse around, it gets nice and large. But yeah, number 1 there is the index. So that uses the index in the array, which I can now use because I'm just iterating over this range. Hey, look at that. That is looking pretty good. Probably need to do some error checking somewhere. Like if we don't get any back, so what happens if we don't get any back? Foobar. I'm pretty sure I don't have an album called Foobar. Don't get any back. Wouldn't it be neat to say no albums found? That would be quite neat, wouldn't it? I'm painfully aware it's 9:15 and I really should get onto work. But it would be quite neat to finish this. I wonder if there's a function like count. If. Do you reckon it's count? Nope. Oh, maybe it's length. Maybe you can do albums.len. Ah, len, there you go. Ah, len of album, there you go. That's how we do that. If len of album is equal to 0. Format.print. No albums for album. Not spelled today. found. Else? Actually, let's not bother with else. Let's just return. Like that. Let's see what that looks like. And if we try one that does work, so let's make that a bit smaller so we can see it all on one screen. So where would that blank line put back in, do you think? Where would a blank line to indicate the end of the function, end of the command? Oh, let's leave it for now. But maybe I don't want the blank line at the end there. Do we have a blank line when we do an upload? There's the upload. Do we put blank line in on that one? Ah. Oh, we can't. Oh, that's interesting. I'll put something. Oh, yeah, that's correct. Yes. We know that doesn't work yet because we've not written the code. No, we don't. So, yeah, that blank line should go like that. There we go. Right, so list albums, filter 7.1. No albums found. List for 7. Look at albums correctly found. So yeah, let's get that committed. So git add. There's a lot of changes here, isn't there? Let's git add internal flickr.go. We refactored loads of stuff. I think we might want to split it out a bit. So I could use git add -p, but I find that relatively hard to use. It's easier for me to use this. So here's where, let's start with flickr.go. Is it worth splitting it out? Let's do this one go. Git add.
Sorry, don't know that one.
Alexa, cancel. What do I say that enables my echo when I said that? At some point we'll have to look up and find out. Git commit -b. Refactor. Get Flickr client and get albums to Flickr kitch Flickr. As we need to list albums and one package, what do we call them? Command. We should update the refactor ability to list albums from the list albums. I'm really struggling with list out albums as a word, aren't I? Albums command to internal /flickr.go as get albums. In this, we also need to refactor, extract get Flickr client from the upload command into internal /flickr.go to. This simplifies. Actually, it's what simplifies, is it? Simplifies the list albums command. There we go. So that's the first part of that work. The next part of the work is actually doing the lookup stuff. I'm not going to do that today because I do need to go and do some work now. So I shall call it a day for now and be online again probably sometime during the week. I might carry on doing it then, or I might save this for next Monday and look at my bot. So have a good Monday, everyone, and I shall speak to you later. Take care.